Hey everyone, it's Jason and this is your midweek cruise news update, and we have wildfires in Alaska affecting cruise passengers, a lesson for all of us that book excursions outside of the cruise line, and do you play bingo on your cruise? If not, you may want to, as this passenger won a $50,000 upgrade. So cruise story number one, and if you're going to Alaska in the next week or so, you may want to pay attention to this, especially if you booked a land and sea tour with Princess Cruises or Holland America. So there is a fire in Denali National Park, and it's basically shut down access to the entire park. Holland America has said that their lodge they're having service interruptions, as in power interruptions there. People are stuck there right now. They have not evacuated them yet, but they will do so if they need to. But they're not accepting any new arrivals. Same thing with Princess Cruises. They said that their Mount McKinley, Fairbanks, and Denali lodges are closed for new arrivals. So in their message, they say, please don't show up. They will communicate when you can as a new guest. So crazy story there. Is this going to affect you? It sounds like this is in effect for the next week to 10 days. Let me know in the comments. So cruise story number two, and I'm seeing this a lot, and it's something you need to be aware of, especially if you book excursions outside of the cruise line. So what we've seen in this past week is Hurricane Beryl changed 11 itineraries thus far in the Caribbean. It's probably going to be more so for next week. And a lot of people are reporting, hey, I booked outside the cruise line, and now those tour operators will not give me a refund. And we're not showing up at the port. They're saying that some people even changed their websites that say there's no refund policy. It's also happened on a couple of the Greenland cruises that Carnival was taking. They missed Greenland totally, and they said that the tour operator changed in the policy what the refund policy was. Can you imagine someone doing that? So my advice is if you see that their policy is, we will give you a refund if we don't show up, I would make sure to take a screenshot of that. So you have proof if they change it and you decide to book that, you have proof with your credit card company so you can, dispute charges there. Have you ever ran into this? Are you running into this, especially with all the cruises changed with Hurricane Beryl? Let me know in the comments. So before I get to cruise story number three, I would ask that you please like this video, as it does help the channel grow. Also, consider subscribing, as we're on the path to 100,000 subscribers by the end of August when we go on our Alaskan cruise. If you could do that for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much. So cruise story number three, and I personally think this is a fun one. Do you play bingo on your cruise? And if so, have you ever won something? So a gentleman relayed his story on TikTok about being on an Asmara cruise to Antarctica. It was a 20-day cruise, and on the first day, he won the jackpot. That was worth $50,000, and it was an upgrade to the World Owner Suite. It cost $50,000 for that 20-day cruise. And he said they were in an inside cabin that cost $5,000, so a heck of an upgrade there. He said everything was included. They had a butler, they had Wi-Fi, he said specialty dining. He said if we wanted it, name it, you got it. So pretty cool upgrade there. And I'll put a link in the description of that video so you can watch it. So I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for the continued support. And until I talk to you this weekend, happy cruising.